So this Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight was gonna be bad enough, but it just got a whole lot worse. Pretty much everybody already knows that Jake Paul is a lame, but now he's brought Tyson's dead daughter into this whole thing. And Tyson has been on a mission to try to be a better person and not let the more animal side of himself come out, but this is exactly where that all breaks down. But there's certain lines that you do not cross, and talking about somebody's dead kid, that is that line! And I feel like Mike is the exact person that is gonna teach him that lesson.
Something happened that day. I don't know what happened that day.
But whatever happened that day, was there a new Mike Tyson that came the next day?
I couldn't handle it at all.
I'm sorry if we brought up...
It's okay. I gotta grow up. It's tough. Gotta be a man. Stop crying.
You're allowed to cry, Mike.
What was the biggest beatdown you've ever had? Whether it be physically or emotionally or
I
spiritually?
lost my 4-year-old daughter. She accidentally killed herself by accident.
Oh, man.
She jumped on a treadmill. She didn't know how to work it, and she had hurt.
Wow.
So after that, I didn't know what to do. I just didn't know what to do.
How'd you recover from that?
I have it. I just know in order to make her happy, I have to do good things and be positive.
Yeah.
This is a heartbreaking story. His 4-year-old daughter Exodus passed away back in 2009 after a tragic accident at home. It's just so sad, you know? Apparently she was playing on a treadmill and got her neck caught in the cord. Her older brother found her and alerted their mother, who called 911. Paramedics rushed Exodus to the hospital, and Tyson quickly flew back from Las Vegas to be with her. But despite their best efforts, she passed away the following day. The coroner ruled it an accidental death by asphyxiation. Man, I can't even imagine the pain of losing a child, especially in such a sudden, shocking way. No parent should have to go through that. Tyson was absolutely devastated. He released a statement thanking people for their support and asking for privacy to grieve. The whole family must have been shattered. It's just a stark reminder of how fragile life can be, you know? One moment everything is normal, and the next, tragedy strikes out of nowhere. Really puts things in perspective. All you can do is cherish your loved ones while you have them, and be there for each other through the good times and bad. I've been doing some digging into those rumors going around about Jake Paul supposedly making insensitive comments about Mike Tyson's late daughter. I know it's a really serious and sensitive topic, but here's the thing. After extensively looking into it, I couldn't find any actual confirmation or evidence that Paul said what he's accused of saying. Nada, zero, zilch. Sure, the rumors have been making the rounds online, but from what I can tell, there's no concrete proof backing them up. And when you think about it, it adds up that the story is likely bogus. I mean, if Paul had really said something so cruel, there's no way Tyson would have been able to keep his cool at that press conference they had just the other day, right? So while I totally get why people would be upset if the rumors were true, it seems pretty dang likely that Paul never actually made those comments. And thank goodness for that, because it would have been absolutely awful if he did. Guess this is a good reminder not to always buy into the gossip mill, eh? Gotta look for the facts. But Jake Paul said this time for sure.
There's a reason why I have the same birthday as Cus D'Amato, because I'm gonna teach you how to box, Mike.
He reminds me of Edmond Dante from the Count of Monte Cristo. This guy was always, till the day he died, he's always planning his revenge and his comeback for the people that put him in self-exile from boxing. These guys are dead and he's still planning revenge on these guys. He was more than that. He wouldn't let no one say anything negative about me. At any fight, if someone said something negative about me, he was the old man, he would attack them. He wouldn't let nobody allow any negativity to even seep through my psyche. Cus would say this. Now, to Cus would say, now you hear this? Because Cus had a really, he had this really megalomaniac ego. He said, you let me tell you something. All the prophets, all the gods you ever know about, if they had a son, their son couldn't beat my fighter. You know why? Because he's my fighter.
Jake had the nerve to bring up Cus D'Amato right to Tyson's face. Can you believe that? I mean, everyone knows how much Cus meant to Mike. He was like a father figure to him, the one who molded him into the legendary boxer he became. Cus was the driving force behind Tyson's success, and his death hit Mike hard. So for Jake to just casually mention Cus like that, it's a low blow. It's like he was trying to get under Tyson's skin, you know? Maybe he thought it would throw Mike off his game or something, but it just comes across as disrespectful. I get that Jake is trying to hype up a potential fight between them, but there are lines you just don't cross. Bringing up someone's deceased mentor and father figure is a step too far. It's a cheap shot, and it shows a lack of understanding and respect for the bond between Cus and Mike. Tyson handled it better than most people would have, though. He's got a lot of self-control these days, but you could tell it struck a nerve. It's just not something you do, especially to someone like Mike Tyson, who has been through so much in his life. Jake needs to learn that there are boundaries, even in the world of boxing promotion. Some things are just off limits, and he crossed that line by mentioning Cus to Tyson's face. It's a shame because it takes away from the potential excitement of a fight between them, and just makes Jake look bad.
You told me once at your house, I didn't finish the story. I said, Mike, what made the difference? And you said, a mentor.
Absolutely. Without a mentor, if you have a bad mentor, you're going to be a bad student. If you have a good mentor, you have a good student. That's what I believe.
And had you not had Cus, had Cus not come along?
No, it's never. It can't be like if I didn't have it. It was meant by God. It's not going to happen. I don't even think like that. No, this is what happened. I don't look at myself as failing. If I wasn't with Cus, I'm going to fail.
But would there have been somebody else?
No, I'm ordained by God to meet the master. The master. It was no fair to the other fighters. I had the master. It was really unfair.
I know how much Cus meant to you, right? And Kiki was telling me backstage what he meant to you. When you lost him, how hard was that?
It wasn't good. I was a young kid. I was 18 years old that happened. And he used to always say, I'm not going to be around, so you have to listen to me. Remember what I tell you, because I'm not going to be around. Because he was 77 when he died. He had cancer. But he wasn't afraid of death. He just wanted me to remember what he told me. You know, he said, listen, you're the greatest fighter in the history of the world. Listen, I'm only 18. He said, you're the greatest fighter in the history of the world. There's never going to be a fighter like you, but you have to fight. Because when he was dying, I said, I'm not going to fight anymore. He said, what? He said, if anybody could ever come back from life and haunt somebody, I will come back and haunt you. That's what he told me on his deathbed. I was only 18, but he would tell the doctor, hey, this is the heavyweight champ of the world. He never allowed me not to think that and believe that. Never allowed me. I never said the word can't. As a young kid, as my whole career, I never used the word can't. No, that's real talk.
And would Cus be proud of you today? Right now, as you sit here right now?
He would be proud how I conduct myself with my family. That would be great, you know. And he would be so happy that I'm fighting right now at my age, because he believed you can fight as long as you want if you have the desire and the willpower and you take care of yourself. That's why health is your first wealth, because, listen, let's just keep it real. Who else can do this at 58? No. Who at 58 could have all the royal families in the world, all the poorest countries in the world, people that can't speak my language, people that don't have television know who I am. I know that's just what it is. I know it sounds overwhelming, it even sounds egotistical a little, but it blows my mind.
Did you catch Mike Tyson's speech at the 10X Growth Conference with Grant Cardone? It was incredibly moving when he talked about the profound impact Cus D'Amato had on his life. Tyson's words painted a vivid picture of how D'Amato was more than just a boxing coach to him. He was a father figure, mentor, and guiding light during some of the most formative years of his life. Tyson's voice was filled with genuine emotion as he recounted the invaluable lessons D'Amato taught him, not just about boxing, but about life itself. He shared how D'Amato instilled in him the importance of discipline, hard work, and believing in oneself. It was clear that D'Amato's unwavering faith in Tyson's potential played a monumental role in shaping him into the champion he became, both inside and outside the ring. Through Tyson's heartfelt words, you could feel the depth of the bond he shared with D'Amato. It was a relationship built on trust, respect, and unconditional love. Tyson's speech served as a beautiful tribute to the man who saw his potential when others didn't, and tirelessly worked to help him achieve greatness. As Tyson spoke, it was evident that D'Amato's influence extended far beyond the realm of boxing. The life lessons he imparted helped Tyson navigate the challenges of fame, fortune, and personal struggles. Even years after D'Amato's passing, his wisdom continues to guide Tyson, a testament to the indelible mark he left on the former champion's life. Tyson's speech at the 10X Growth Conference was a powerful reminder of the transformative impact a mentor can have on one's life. It showcased the beauty of a bond that transcends the boundaries of a sport and becomes a lifelong source of inspiration and guidance. Through his words, Tyson ensured that D'Amato's legacy will continue to inspire others, just as it has inspired him throughout his remarkable journey.
It's getting real, folks. It's getting real. Apparently, unconfirmed rumors have revealed that Mike Tyson, one day before the first press conference, personally made a terrifying phone call to Jake Paul. He issued a brutal message, threatening him to make him cry in the ring if he continues to disrespect. Can you believe it? It seems like Paul might have crossed a line with Tyson. All the disrespect, all the alleged insults of the youngster have enraged Tyson, that decided to issue a terrifying warning directly to him. Rumors say that the call was intense, like something straight out of a movie. Jake Paul allegedly didn't say a single word after Tyson issued the terrifying message, and after a few seconds of silence, Paul closed the phone call. I don't know about you, but if I were Jake Paul, I'd be pretty worried right now.
No, I'm going in a fight with a winning spirit.
So it don't matter.
It doesn't matter. And once he gets where I step in that ring, then it's all over. He's going to be nervous and scared.
Well, I'm hoping that you're going to Jake up. Because if anybody needs to be just spanked in public, that little bitch does.
Well, listen, I understand that too.
It's one thing to talk trash and act tough, but it's another to have Mike Tyson personally calling you out. That's some serious pressure. Mike Tyson is officially in war mode. That's a terrifying thought. Can you imagine? The idea of him making Jake Paul cry in front of everyone is just wild. It's like a classic "you messed with the wrong guy" moment. Karma is arrived. Going up against Mike Tyson? That's a scary thought, man. From what I've heard, Paul has been running his mouth, calling Tyson overrated and claiming that he'll expose him as a weak fighter. Can you imagine the nerve of this guy? But that's not even the worst part. Apparently, Paul even went as far as reaching out to Evander Holyfield, Tyson's old rival, for advice on how to take him down. It's like he's deliberately trying to hit Tyson where it hurts, you know? And if that wasn't enough, there are rumors floating around about Paul throwing some seriously personal insults at Tyson. I don't know the specifics, but it must have been pretty bad to get Tyson so riled up. For Paul to come out swinging like this, it's like he's playing with fire. You just don't mess with Mike Tyson and expect to walk away unscathed. It's no wonder Tyson lost his cool and allegedly sent that threatening message. I can only imagine the fury he must be feeling right now. Like, here's this young guy trying to make a name for himself by taking shots at one of the greatest boxers of all time. It's a bold move, but it might just be the dumbest thing Paul has ever done.
You know, like Mike Tyson's mind has switched over into war. Like he was doing this interview and someone said to him, he goes, "You look like you're in your 20s. Like, what are you doing?" He goes, "I just eat raw meat." He's not eating raw meat. He goes, "You're eating raw meat?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm eating raw meat." He goes, "Because that's what I'm going to eat when I fight. I'm going to eat him. It's raw meat."
Yeah,
I was like, Jesus Christ. He's in this fucking mode. He's in that God of War mode. And that he's still got that in him. And I'm telling you, if you keep giving that guy hormones and you keep giving that guy supplements and he's constantly training, bro, he's in savage mode right now. He's in savage mode. If I was Jake Paul right now, I would be shitting my pants.
Oh, bro! If I'm fighting this guy and I see he's eating raw meat, I call the fucking thing off.
It's all the experiences that he has had as a conqueror. You have to take those into consideration. When a man has smashed men before, just smashed men, like when no one can stand in front of him, that is in his mind still. That's in there. There's a dark chamber in his mind that he can open up.
Yeah.
And I think he's got it open. You're clearly seeing. He's terrifying when he's in the zone.
And it's crazy to think that even at his age, Tyson is still such a formidable force in the ring. He's out there putting in the work and showing everyone that he's still got it. Honestly, it's both awe-inspiring and a little bit frightening. Can you imagine being in the ring with Mike Tyson when he's in that zone? It's like facing a force of nature. I have mad respect for anyone who has the guts to spar with him. He's not just some retired boxer living off his past glory. It's no wonder Jake Paul is probably shaking in his boots right now. Have you heard about what Rafael Cordero said about Mike Tyson? Cordero is Tyson's trainer, and he's absolutely blown away by the shape Tyson is in right now. It's like the guy has discovered the fountain of youth or something. Unconfirmed rumors say that Cordero, talking with friends at the gym, couldn't stop raving about Tyson's condition. I've never seen anything like it. Mike is probably in the best shape of his life. It's incredible. He's moving like he did when he was in his prime, and his power is just as explosive as ever. Cordero allegedly even went on to say that he believes Tyson could compete with the top boxers of today. That's a bold statement, but coming from someone who works with him every day, it carries a lot of weight. Can you imagine if Tyson shows up looking like he did back in the day?
Yeah, he's lost some.
He hasn't lost everything. He hasn't lost everything.
Yeah.
If you see him hit those pads,
absolutely,
he has not lost everything. Mike now weighs 230 pounds, and he's got these muscles in his forearms. So he's sitting there, and he's a different human. He's so intense. I'm always afraid when I'm around that guy. Kevin Hart said it best. He goes, it's like being in a room with a lion. Like, even if the lion is like...
His workout routine is utterly terrifying. Reportedly, Tyson wakes up at 5 a.m. every single day, ready to tackle his intense training regimen. He starts off with a 2 to 4 mile run, pushing himself to the limit right from the get-go. But that's just the warm-up.
Here now with more, former heavyweight champion, the one and only Mike Tyson. Good to see you, my friend.
What's up, Sean?
Listen, will you please promise me you're going to kick this guy's ass and shut him up, please?
Hey, I will do just that for you.
After his run, Tyson dives into a series of calisthenics, including 1,000 squats, 300 push-ups, 300 tricep dips, and 200 neck crunches. Can you imagine doing that many reps? It's mind-boggling. But he doesn't stop there. Tyson hits the boxing ring for a solid 10 rounds of sparring with top-level trainer Rafael Cordero, honing his skills and keeping his reflexes sharp. And if that wasn't enough, he follows it up with a rigorous hour of jump rope and speed bag work. And the crazy thing is, Tyson maintains this routine 6 days a week. And if this fight between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul actually happens, if Jake Paul doesn't back down first, it's going to be a spectacle like no other. Can you imagine the hype surrounding it? First off, they'll be using 14-Oz gloves, which is pretty standard for professional boxing matches. But the real question is, will that be enough protection for Jake Paul against Tyson's legendary power? And let's talk about the fans. This fight would draw in a massive crowd. People from all over the world would tune in to see the legendary Mike Tyson take on the controversial Jake Paul. I bet the arena would be packed to the brim with celebrities, die-hard boxing fans, and curious onlookers alike. But here's the crazy part. Netflix will also be Stream the Fight. Can you imagine that? A Tyson versus Paul battle available to watch from the comfort of your own home. It would be a game changer for boxing and streaming services. People would be throwing watch parties, crowding into bars, and tuning in from all corners of the globe. It could easily become one of the most watched fights in recent history. I mean, love him or hate him, Jake Paul knows how to draw attention. And with Mike Tyson's star power added to the mix, it's a recipe for an unforgettable event.
I mentioned many details of this saga, but there's something else very huge that is happening in the wait for this fight. So check out this deep dive where I'll tell you other rumors that are buzzing in the boxing community. You will learn new shocking claims that are attracting people's attention. Click on the screen to watch the deep dive, and thanks for watching this video.